Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK Journey video. In this video, I wanted to share with you guys some more Supreme Arena defenses. These were the ones created by Starlord this week. And I first want to shout out the Discord channel Fight Club, which was made by Starlord. Basically, the plan for this Discord is every week he shares the Supreme Arena comps with the ideas and like other people give like Supreme Arena advice. It's basically all about PvP, this Discord, and they're planning to do a lot of tournaments which are going to be limited. For example, like if you have Paragon 2 as your maximum ascension, you will be fighting against other people who also have Paragon 2 as their maximum ascension. So kind of like a fair organized tournament. There is going to be a mode for the whales, which is all Paragon 4. But yeah, I think overall this is going to be a really cool addition. I can't wait for the tournaments, like either to commentate them. I think it will be great content, and then also to play in them. I'll try to play in them as well. Either way, I think he is kind of like a genius when it comes to designing Supreme Arena defenses, and so I wanted to share them with you guys today, and you guys can join the Discord and then you will get like notified whenever he shares his teams for the week, basically in case my teams are not working for you, because I don't know, I come up with some teams which I think might work, but they're also going to be based on like the upgrades I have on the heroes on my account. So I like to have like, you know, other smart people coming up with defenses and sharing ideas that like just give you more options basically to use. Okay, because one of the teams is using obviously a hero which I would never even think about using. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys the first team formation, and all the IDs will be in the lower left hand corner. So here's a team number 1, and this is actually very similar to the team that I am running, or I showed to you guys yesterday on my team number 1. However, I was running Aradin rather than Lenya. He's running Lenya and Odie on the Wilder buff tiles in the back, and he's running the overcharge spell onto Odie because then that can allow Odie to cast his first ultimate and begin stacking his poisoning, getting kills, which does make sense. I think this is a really solid team, and definitely, like for example, if you have Lenya built up, I think you should give this team a try, and I'll maybe even attack with it a bit, and then I'll be testing it compared to my teams. Maybe it is going to do better for me. Okay, team number 2 is going to be... Okay, interesting. Now, he said here that he is running Vala because his Vala was high Paragon Ascension, but I think even Supreme plus Vala would work here. Basically, it is a multiple kill threat team, and Haywin is going to try to cast her ultimate, giving the damage reduction and the healing, and allowing Taylene to deal her damage and get it off. Basically, Taylene needs to have a healer with her, but he's using Taylene as a tank in order to take the enemy aggro, and then she can revive herself, and then hopefully by the time she revives, Haywin will be casting her ultimate, healing up Taylene and giving her damage reduction. Then Taylene can channel her ultimate and try to destroy the opponents. Florabelle, because this is a summoning map, I guess that is the reason he's running Florabelle, and also to get the Wilder faction talents. Basically, Wilder faction talents, you can't go wrong with them. They are the strongest faction talent for Supreme Arena right now, and he has his 2 key carries, Aradin and Vala on this team. So kind of interesting. Basically, he's not running Aradin in the Iron team. Instead, he's running 2 single target damage deals, Odie and Lenya, and here he's running the Aradin, which is also going to work. Aradin works in pretty much any team. He doesn't have to be in the Iron Nuke team. And then team number 3 is going to be Tassi Bonnie. Yeah, honestly, looking at these teams, I feel like they're better than mine. I don't know. But my team 3 is doing really well. It's Thorin, Scarlita, Stroll with Lily May. That basically is undefeated, like unbeatable pretty much. But my other 2 teams are weaker. Like I was trying the Graveborn Seth comp, but honestly, I don't know how consistent that actually is going to be, but I think it is still a good option on offense. Anyway, this team I'm a big fan of, basically, because Tassi and Bonnie, the synergy is amazing, because Bonnie will debuff the enemy, and then it will spread, and then Tassi can solo the opponents at the end after they're all debuffed and weak. Lily May is going to interrupt and deal damage. You have your Fresto in here, and Damien. And this is also the thing, like, basically, I have both Taylene and Fresto built, but I wasn't able to fit them into any of my team comps, because my ideas basically didn't really suit them, and I thought I had better hero options. One thing which is interesting though, he's not running Thorin on a single team, and I consider Thorin a really top tier hero. Like, yeah, I really consider Thorin a top tier hero, but I guess honestly there isn't really much room for it here. Maybe you could replace Vala and go for Florabelle on the tile and go for Thorin, soul pack the Florabelle or something like that, but I think this is also a good team. Yeah, I think honestly looking at this, I think these teams are overall more well-rounded than the teams that I recommended to you guys. So this is a great option that you can try. And the formation ID will be in the lower left-hand corner. I really like this team comp. Yeah, and I'm going to be trying all this team and my other teams on attack. I want to see how these actually hold up against like top ranking players. Okay, so this is a really cool formation. Let's move on to the team number 2. This one is using Scarlita, so I guess this is the cool thing, like he also comes up with teams depending on which Celestial Hypogeans people have built up, which is really interesting because then it can kind of be more relatable to people. So again, just join the Fight Club Discord channel and yeah, because I mean, even if you don't want to participate in tournaments, I'm sure like you can get updates on the progress of tournaments. Maybe there will be some replays posted there. And also there is this weekly posting of Supreme Arena defenses, which is going to help you. You can just copy the ID and run them. Okay, so his team number 1 is going to be, again, this is very similar to my team, but rather than Odie, he's running Elsa. Otherwise, it's exactly the same as the team I'm running for my team number 1 in my Supreme Arena defense lineup. Also makes sense, she does well in crowd control, nuking comps. Like, again, this is looking pretty scary, and a lot of synergy with this team. Team number 2 is going to be Freyaster over here, kind of Stallish oriented with the Scarlita and Freyaster together, Damien as well, and then Floorball on the tile, and Lenya is going to be one of your major damage sources. Because in this map, you are, after you get some, like, basically, the spirits to haunt the enemies, they will take increased physical damage, and so Lenya's going to hit them harder, and she's going to be your killer. So yeah, I mean, this is a good, solid team. Freyaster Illusion up front in order to take most of the aggro of the opponent, and Lenya is going to have boosted energy gains from the main Freyaster. Yeah, but I think it's just because about the placement. Like, Lenya could not be on this tile, she would be locked in, so it would have to be around about here. And yeah, it is going to be stall heavy. Probably there are going to be enough surviving allies, especially with the wilder tiles, because like for 9 seconds at the beginning of the match, they're basically not going to die, and it will be even prolonged in duration if they get an assist or kill, and then that will almost ensure that Scarlita comes down with enough surviving allies to deal a true damage. And Surging Spell, one of the top artifacts for PvP, and so it will give shielding to help this team survive better. And then the final team. Okay, final team is going to be no Tassi here, so I guess it's for players who don't have Tassi, right? But it is going to be a Strawlish team with Haywin. I love Thorin Soul Pacting the Haywin or Haywin on the Wilder tile. I think that is really important. And there's going to be a lot of kill pressure because Bonnie is going to be debuffing the opponent, and the Graveborn tile is going to be sapping their health. Ludovic, another healer. I don't know about Ludovic. Like, maybe you could do Velka here rather than the Ludovic. Like, because you have Haywin for healing. I don't know if you need Ludovic on top of that. Seems like maybe overkill. And it's going to be with the Snowman artifact for more tankiness and more survival, basically, of this team. But I do like this team concept a lot. It isn't using Odie, which I wish you could somehow incorporate Odie into one of these teams. But there isn't really... Yeah, there honestly isn't a great place for him. I think... Oh no, we need the Graveborn tiles here, right? That's why you need the Ludovic or some sort of Graveborn hero. Because if you for example run Odie, like you can have Odie Soul Pacted to the Thorin and Haywin. I have like Haywin on, I think, on the Wilder tile, and then Odie Soul Pacted to the Thorin. That is one idea, but if you want to use Bonnie then and Thorin, you're gonna want to just complete the Graveborn faction talents. Okay, so this is a pretty solid team as well. Okay, now finally, team number 3 setup that he has. Now this one is crazy because it's using Burial, and I think a lot of people will not have Burial builds, but this is okay. So Parissa does also well in these type of Iron comps. However, I think this is probably the weakest of all of the teams. Like, I am looking at this and I'm like, I'm not seeing, like, it's looking like a little like tanky with the Velka as well, but like not enough damage. You don't even have 2 damage dealers here. It's just Parissa mainly as a damage dealer. Iron's damage is going to be pretty low, or yeah, even with the Almas Charms onto him, I think it is going to be pretty low. So, but it's going to be about Parissa like cycling her ultimates quickly with the overcharge spell. But I'm not, honestly, this team number 1, I probably would not recommend. And I also think that if you had Parissa built, you'd probably definitely have Arden built, and then you should just run Arden here rather than Parissa. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something about this team, but yeah, I mean, but anyway. Team number 2. Okay, this team is crazy. I feel like it's overkill though. I would really like Lily May for another team because Lily May is such a strong hero to prevent enemy Irons and also just to deal damage of her own. This is like, I mean, if you had Fresh or Scarlita and Burial all built up to Supreme Plus, I think that should be enough for you to win here. And like maybe even throw in Florabelle as a final hero rather than Lily May. And then you have Damien for the healing. But yeah, this is a summoning oriented map. And so if you have summons, it will be, or like shadows of Burial, it is value. And that is why if you have Burial built, this is basically the best map to run Burial. If you're running these Hypogean Celestial teams though, you should have 2 tiles of the Hypogean Celestial faction talent. So that is an important thing to note. And with the Harmonic spell, because you're going to be topped off on health with the shielding of Scarlet and the healing of Damien. And then finally team number 3. Team number 3, again, Tassi Bonnie, which I think has a lot of synergy. I really think Tassi and Bonnie, they do really well together, and Bonnie does really well with Taylene because Taylene can deal AoE magic damage that will help spreading the debuffs of Bonnie more quickly. Ludovic is a great healer for Taylene and just for this comp, and Igor is like the Strawlish type of tank, and Tassi in the back with the surging spell. I think this is a great team. I really think this is a good team, and I mean, Team 2 would be good if you had Burial built, but Team 1, I'm not convinced on. I don't know. I would feel like it would just be better like if you run the double damages like Arden and Persa together or something. Like Velka gives you the attack speed, but I don't think that's enough to warrant actually running her. But anyway guys, these are 3 different team formations you can try. All of the IDs will be in the lower left hand corner, and feel free to join the Fight Club Discord channel. A link to it will be in the description of this video, because yeah, you can then get these teams shared weekly over there, and also then if any tournaments come around, then you will be up to date on all of that. So anyway guys, I just wanted to make this video shouting out Fight Club because I think it is a great Discord channel, and also to share these other team options with you, because I honestly think you guys have seen we've done 2 videos showcasing Starlord's replays. One was with Soren and one was with Lenya, because those are some of his most used heroes, and he was like kind of one of the only people using Soren and dominating within Supreme Arena when the Mauler tiles were really strong last season. So yeah, he is like a PvP type oriented player. But anyway guys, thank you for watching. That is going to be it for this video. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video, and if you want to join my AFK Journey Discord server, you can join that as well. There'll be a link to that as well in the description of this video. We have over 2,550 active members, and we talk about everything related to AFK Journey, so I look forward to seeing you guys there or in the next video. But thank you guys for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.